Triple H is the biggest liar of all time. That's why I think Triple H is the greatest heel. He proved it by taking over the WWE, but he's the greatest liar of all time. Um, he's the biggest egomaniac. He's more of an egomaniac than Vince McMahon. Easy. There's not been one time Vince McMahon ever named an era after himself. Tell me what the fuck is the Triple H era? If that ain't an ego trip, I don't know what else is. Who the fuck did this dude think he is to make a WWE era named after him? Seriously? The PG era was John Cena's era because John Cena was the face, but it wasn't called the John Cena era. The Ruthless Aggression era was Brock Lesnar's era, Kurt Angle, but it wasn't called Brock or Kurt Angle's era. John Cena's era too, but it was really made for Brock Lesnar. And you get where I'm going with this. Attitude era, Stone Cold and Rock era, but it's not called that. Triple H is the biggest egomaniac in wrestling history. He's the greatest heel. It's not even close. He done the unthinkable as a heel. He is still a heel character, bro. The Triple H era, he's the biggest liar of all time. He told you this is a new era. Funny. Austin Theory was brand new on the scene. But Austin Theory is at the bottom of the card. But this is a new era. Sami Zayn was already on the card. Sami Zayn was already doing things. He already kind of made a name for himself. He's still growing. He hasn't been world champion or anything like that. But Sami Zayn still has a spot on the card higher than new stars like Austin Theory. There's a whisper going around, and you can kind of see it, and it's been happening, that Triple H does not appreciate or like Vince McMahon projects. Even on a smaller tip, Braun Breaker and Gunther both lost to Sami Zayn. Braun Breaker and Gunther was on 2.0 under Vince McMahon's NXT when they completely revamped NXT. That was under Vince McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, basically Vince McMahon's watch on certain levels before Sean and everybody else got in, right? Vince McMahon guys. Because Gunther got called right up. Gunther got a championship right away. It was undefeated, unbeatable. This is that was one of the last few people under Vince McMahon. Braun Breaker. He was the face of the new NXT under Vince McMahon's guidance. Bruce Pritchard, whoever else. Basically, Vince McMahon said that NXT is not cutting it. After they lost to AEW, they said, okay, enough of all these veterans making a development a brand. You was basically fucking up the rotation of what NXT is really supposed to be. NXT since 2.0 is exactly what it should have been for the jump. It should have never been something where you build a career. You can build a career for a higher career on the main roster. That was the point. If you did accomplish all these things on the NXT, you should be ready. You should be instantly ready for the main roster then. We already know the mishaps when Vince McMahon was in charge of some of the NXT call-ups. But I already made videos about that with Triple H. He doesn't do anything for the NXT call-ups. So I think it's also a weird competitive nature to sabotage Shawn Michaels. It's a competitive little sabotage, sneaky backstab shit that he does in Shawn Michaels' for the people. Shawn Michaels like, hey, go ahead, call them up, grab that person. Indy Hartwell, she just got released not too long ago, but it's like she didn't have no type of upside. That she was a pretty much of a bigger girl. It's not many times you're gonna find a girl that size. She had a pretty smile. I mean, I didn't really see that much special about her. But at the same time, it could have been something. You said this is a new era. More lies. Some more lies. They tell us, oh, we're in a boom period. What boom period? And see, he's taking credit. He read the 48 laws of power. I forget which law it is, but when you take all the credit for what everybody else has already done. I forgot which law that is. But if you know about the 48 laws of power, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That he's taking the credit for what Vince has already brewed up for many years. You were already safe when Vince McMahon got relinquished from his spot. You know what I'm saying? You was already safe. WWE was already in a good place. Period. Vince McMahon made sure of that. So you are really just riding the coattails of what Vince McMahon already had brewing years before we even thought Triple H or anybody thought Vince McMahon would step down. The WWE was already safe. So there go more lies. You're not the reason why you're selling out and all this other shit, bro. You're already safe. The bloodline is a Vince McMahon story. That's what I'm saying. More lies. Tell me a Triple H story since these 9 or 2 years that's good or as big as a bloodline or that's even like good. Tell me one. What we're gonna go with the George Day story that's just been ridiculous. Raquel comes in to be a chauffeur. Liv don't defend the title at all. Dominic Mysterio's just there. You're just decreasing him, bro. Bro, this is why you got to strike when the iron's hot. If he got a reaction of people booing him out the building, why isn't he a champion? It makes no sense. He needs a title more than anybody. What are we doing? You can't slow burn organic responses, bro. You can't slow burn that. If you are lucky enough for this to happen for 6 to 7 months, a year, not only that means you're in good hands, like Allstate, but that means you need to strike. You shouldn't wait too damn long. Shouldn't wait. You gotta strike. But remember, new era. But he got this weird little nature to kind of shit on everybody else. And yet he's doing the typical WWE book that WWE's been doing for many, many years. When you are an outside star or you made yourself a name, they're gonna milk you down the way they want you to. And look at Jade Cargill. I really thought Jade Cargill should have just came and won the Royal Rumble. Why wait? She's one of the most fascinating cases in wrestling history, like in recent memory for sure. Her whole rise, literally being a rookie, literally learning. She literally debuted on television. She wasn't on the indies nowhere. She literally debuted on television. Instantly a star. You know how rare that is to happen? You bring her here in WWE fashion. She made a name for herself because how else did people know her? Did you see the reaction that she got in the Royal Rumble? Did you see the reaction? People do. People was like paying attention. Holy shit, what? She's here? People that didn't even know her was like, who is this? Why wait? She should have won the Royal Rumble right away. Why wait? Why wait? But that's WWE for you. That's not even a Triple H thing. WWE been doing that forever. When AJ Styles came in, yet I think we all remember AJ Styles reaction. I think we all remember that. Oh yeah. He got one of the best reactions in Royal Rumble history because every TNA fan was like, no way in the world he's really here. Anybody that even used to watch TNA. Because everybody stopped watching when he left. I know I stopped watching when AJ Styles left, just like everybody else did. And I never forget him when he came out. I was like, oh, he needed to win the Royal Rumble. But in WWE fashion, it's not going to happen. And they still proving it. So my video I did months ago around WrestleMania when when everybody thought Cody Rhodes' spot at WrestleMania was taken by The Rock, that aged pretty well because I made a video with Cody and Jay in it, basically explaining that the WWE is not changed. It sticks on. So go check out that video. Go check out that video. Jade is not safe in the WWE. It's aging pretty well. It's aging pretty well because they're milking her down. Why isn't Jade getting the big matches already? Why we're not getting Jade and Rhea teases already? And as far as Jade and Bianca, we should not get a heel turn. I already got a video about that. It should be a respect. It should be passing the torch. That's what it should be. Making a new star. Remember, this is a new regime, y'all. Remember that. This is a new regime. More lies being told. New regime, people. Remember all that. New regime, but we don't got no new top guys. Why the Miz and Kofi Kingston aren't top guys by now? New regime, right? Weren't they the mid card guys, the mid card generational guys for the last generation of the PG era? I think it's time that they should be contenders for the world title. I'm not saying they need to be world champion right away, no. I'm saying they should be contenders. They should be in the picture because they are veterans, they're living legends. Remember, this is a new regime. Street Profits. Montez Ford already let you know what's going on, right? Remember, new regime. We're not going to do anything different with the Street Profits. We're not going to do anything different with anybody. We're going to give Chad Gable a group to make up for his losses because we should have gave him the Intercontinental Championship. But nope. Nope. Even though he was making Raw fun for a whole 2 or 3 months when he was doing that Alpha Academy shit, when he was the bad guy roughing him up. Oh no, we're gonna display this guy. We're gonna let him talk and really show that he's really dope. But we're not gonna strike. Dominic Mysterio, he's getting the best reactions in the business pretty much. Nope, we're not gonna give him a title. We're gonna make him the guy that watch his girlfriend probably get plucked by other guys. Right? We're gonna make him that dude. He getting beat up by females and shit. What happened in the good old days? You run up on Stone Cold if you want to, bitch or man, you gonna get stuttered. So why Dominic Mysterio can at least kick the bitch in the shed or something? Come on now, she just as big as him. He can't pull her by the hair or something. He can't kick her in the stomach. Fuck that. He can't DDT her ass. They about the same size. Rhea Ripley probably bigger with the broad shoulders. And I mean, I even get on Cody. Did I tell you WWE ain't really changed that? Like I said, that's not even a Triple H thing. That's a WWE thing. Guess what they did with Cody? Brought him over here, milked him out. Now Cody is lukewarm, bro. It's mid. Look at his championship run. Mid. How are you? You had all this time. You had literally 2 years to build up for a Cody Rhodes title run. And this is what we get. Half-ass feuds, same feuds. No really like, but if nothing else is around but the bloodline of Vince McMahon creation that he just hold on to, he's riding the coattails on. He just taking the credit. That's it. So Cody Rhodes don't have nothing else going. You he's so creative. This is a big boom period, new regime, but you can't think of anything new for Cody to do. You can't think of anything new and exciting to make his title run mean anything outside the bloodline. Funny how this is the new regime. People think he's such a great booker. He's literally riding off the coattails of what Vince McMahon had left in the scrapbooks. The bloodline. That's the only story in WWE that means absolutely anything. Look at all the Triple H stories and tell me, do they feel like they're good as the bloodline? Name a story good as the bloodline. And I know what you're gonna say, the bloodlines lasted longer. But you're supposed to be creative. You can't think of anything else to be exciting and interesting. Name anything that's interesting. Because everything that's interesting gotta take a back seat. Look at Jay Uso. Why is Jay Uso and it, like what he just did with the bloodline? Jay Uso, Jimmy. Jimmy Uso is pathetic, bro. What the fuck? No resistance. Oh, I'm coming right back to you, tribal chief daddy. What the fuck? Like no resistance at all. All that shit Roman put him through. He know at least what his was or nothing. Come on, dude. Sami Zayn, come right up. Now we about to have this situation. What are you doing new and creative? Everybody's seeing the Civil War coming. And it's like, okay, where do we go from there? Because now it's getting ridiculous. It's getting repetitive. It's the same shit over the top now. But you let people tell you Triple H is such a great booker. Dominic Mysterio had a chance to be a number one contender for the world title. The guy that's getting the best reactions, pretty much, it definitely new. Remember, new regime, but don't push new stars. Make that make sense. I know Triple H does see color, but I don't think he sees talent. I don't think he sees talent. I don't. Because you have to have a talent to get booed out of the building like Dominic Mysterio. But Dominic Mysterio is not going for a world title. Come on. You have to have a talent to do that. In today's time, where everybody's hard to please and people are booing you out the building, you can't even talk on a microphone. How? Wait a minute. Wait, you just see talent. You don't see that. I'm confused. Didn't I mention in my Street Profits video? You see talent. Montez Ford showed off his talent in the Elimination Chamber. He doesn't get rewarded, but Tiffany Stratton gets rewarded. They both lost the match. So what did she accomplish that he didn't accomplish? And if I'm just confused. Come on now. It's been a lot of lies being told, bro. Lots of lies. WWE has not changed. It's just different characters, same agenda. But this is a different agenda. Triple H is whitewashing everything that Vince McMahon is doing at the same time, still riding the coattails of Vince McMahon. The only thing we still got creative that's going on is the bloodline. Because the real question is, when the bloodline's over, what's happening after that? What's about to happen when the bloodline disbands? Then what? Because Jimmy, Tamatanga, Tagaloa, who hired this dude? Tagaloa, bro. I am so confused. How in the world did he? Come on, dude. That was a favor. I didn't even think that with Tamatanga. These I don't see nothing special about these dudes, man. And they in the top angle, but you see talent. You see talent, but Miz is not going for a world title. Did he almost beat Gunther before? Why isn't he going for the world title then? New regime, people. Remember, this is a boom period. The boom period. Yep. But Vince McMahon made Jinder Mahal 2 point something when he was champion. Cody Rhodes is at 1 point something as champion. You just got to really break that down and just dissect that. Just really look at that for a minute. He's the WWE champion, but he feels like the secondary champion or the Roman, and Roman don't even have a title. The Olaf Fala is more over than the WWE title. We're worried about if Rock and Roll was gonna fight. We're worried about if Solo and Roman's gonna fight over the Olafala thing. We're worried about who's gonna be the real tribal chief after all this. We don't even care who's the next Dundee champ because you haven't built not one person up to even be believable to beat the Dundee champ. Look at my guy Drew McIntyre. Remember, new Redream, but CM Punk get the comeback after getting injured, and he could beat Drew McIntyre at the end of this feud. But this is a new regime. Okay, new regime, but just like the old WWE, let's bring back nostalgia because our current roster, we don't trust them. Let's keep everybody that has a name for themselves or made a name for themselves. Did I remind you? Do I gotta remind everybody that this is the American Nightmare AEW version of Cody? It's not the same thing. It's ridiculous, man. Literally. It's literally ridiculous. It's a lot of lies being told. It is a headache, bro. You just look at all this. It's a lot of petty, childish shit going on. Triple H is the greatest heel of all time. Triple H still got a run going. Triple H is still the world champion in his mind. Because this is the Triple H era. Come on, bro. Lies. Like, share, subscribe, dislike, all the other good shit. We out.